Hello, all you rabid Lions fans, and welcome to Lions on the Prowl. News, rumors, and debates from the fans' perspective. Here's Jim and Tim.
Hello, everybody, and this is Jim from Lions on the Prowl.
And this is Maniac Tim from Lions on the Prowl.
And we really appreciate you checking out our content and the video. And if you like it, can you please subscribe to the channel?
And hit the thumbs up button.
Give us a thumbs up. That's all like a country hick there.
Yeah.
And leave a comment and share the video and things like that. We really appreciate it. It helps the channel and it helps to get our Lions content out there.
Yep.
We want to say send a big shout out to Luke G.
Dose of Dion.
Also, Micro Mike, appreciate you, buddy.
Yep.
Really do.
Everything King.
Oh, love your content, bro. I'm serious. It's really good stuff. Really good. I know you're suffering just like we are.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of tough to do this with all the negative going on, but we're pushing through. So, JMO, there's just so many out there right now.
Right.
Detroit Drew, love your stuff, man. Love your stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. You gotta keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So we just appreciate all you. We wish you would subscribe to the members of the DSA and some of the other folks that are out there trying to create content. We are one pride. We are one community. So we appreciate it if you supported the people that are out there that work hard to bring you Lions news and content. Hey, what's good, everybody? Jim and Tim from Lions on the Prowl, Detroit Lions on the Prowl 2.0 is what we're calling it because we are brand new to YouTube, but yet we've been out there quite a while on Spotify, and we are on iHeartRadio. I think we're on iHeartRadio.
And iTunes. And that's Apple Podcast now, right?
Yeah, it's Crapple Podcast now.
Yep.
I have such a difficulty with iTunes. It used to be my go-to, man. It really did. And now it really sucks. So I'm like, ugh. But today we got some really good topics for you. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into the running back situation with Kerryon Johnson. We're going to talk about the smoke screen with Stafford.
Yep. Well, I think somebody thought it was April 1st already or something.
April Fool.
Because,
Does sound like that. We're going to dive a little bit into the free agent market. We're going to highlight two people that we think we should pick up. And we're going to talk a little bit about a running back that we'd like to pick up in maybe the second round. So let's get into it. All right. So my name is Jim.
And, of course, my name is Maniac Tim.
Yep, and it says so right below.
Yeah, just in case I forgot my name, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
All right, let's get right into it. And we're going to talk first about Matthew Stafford. Now, it came out 2 days ago yesterday, that he was wanting out of Detroit. That he did no longer want to be in this dumpster fire we call the Lions. I hate to say that, but we'll get into that too. So we got a lot planned for the show today. Right. But first, we're going to talk about this rumor about Matthew Stafford not wanting to be in Detroit. Now, I understand why. I mean, who would want to be in Detroit right now? Quite honest with you, I can see his point. Yeah. But my point about – go ahead.
Oh, it has to be the sunny weather that we get year round.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
That wonderful weather and all this stuff. No, really, for me, to be honest, I don't know how he does it.
Right.
He's probably one of the best players. He's probably the best player on this team.
Right. True.
We have had no running game with him. So I did a 10-year study on the rest of the team, Matthew Stafford, and what he had around him. Right. So we averaged up to 2018, 2019 season. We averaged the 26th rated running game and the 21st rated defense.
Oh, wow.
Now, how do you win like that?
You don't. I mean, there's no way unless you have like a super arm and super, you can catch everything and score at will.
But he had a top 5 offense for quite a while.
Yeah.
Offense, I can't remember the offensive numbers at this point. But to be honest, a lot of the people that want to trade Stafford, get rid of him, get rid of him. Well, you've seen what happens when we got rid of him. 8 games in a row we lost.
Yeah.
8.
And of course, it was when we didn't have somebody to really replace him either.
That is the point we're going to get to in this show. One of the main points today. Remember that? Did you see the commercial that says "Okay, just okay is not okay"?
Right. Yeah.
Keep that commercial in mind as we go through the show.
And of course, it's not as good as a Xerox, which were former copy machines.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is just because we have the Patriot system doesn't mean that we're going to be as good as what the Patriots are.
Right.
Have been over the years.
Yeah. And we're nowhere near there.
No.
Okay. So let's talk about the Matthew Stafford deal. Kelly Stafford came out on Instagram again and said, "No, we love it here. We want to be here." That type of thing.
Right.
I'm going to read, hold on. I'm going to read what she actually said on one of the posts, if I can find it. I'm trying to bring it up now. Okay. So here's, it doesn't want to come up. All right, here it is. The post that I had 2 posts from her, but I only was able to get one. It says, we're not going to go, we're not going, we're not going to leave, or whatever like that. Was the first one. And then it was said, nor has that ever been a thought. He loves Detroit and the Lions organization, and so do I. Not that anyone cares about me, but this is my Insta. So anyways, back to the combine, please.
Right. But just to say one more thing on that, she did post that even last year when she did say that the only way Matthews was going to leave Detroit was if Detroit traded him. That they've been dedicated Lions fans for
So that's rumor
that
number one. So we have a show today, and want to be really careful about what you should listen to right now, because most of it is a lie.
Right.
Most of the things that are coming out right now are lies. Why? Because they want other teams to think certain things to position themselves better in the draft or free agency or whatnot.
Right.
Especially the draft. I would say that. So take everything you hear with a grain of salt. I know that they just ran with that Stafford wanted out, and everybody interviewed different people, tried to get the opinions, tried to figure it out. And it's a non-story. I totally believe it's a non-story. So I think everybody can relax, but it's just it's a cautionary tale for us to not just jump on every little piece of information that comes out right now.
Yeah, well, there's even been stories about trading Stafford for Brady and stuff like that, but that's been a hot topic, trading Brady for Dak Prescott and stuff like that too. So
it probably wouldn't be a trade situation. More than likely, it would just be a cut situation, and he would go there. And I don't know. I see Brady going back to New England. I do. I see the Chargers really need a quarterback, or they will. Carolina might still have Cam Newton.
Right.
I don't know.
Who knows?
And Miami, who knows? They may go up to the Redskins pick. They may just stay where they are because they don't think anybody else is going to pick Tua.
Right.
I don't think anybody believes Detroit's going to take Tua. I don't think that at all.
Well, they're not trying to sell that either. So
the Lions are. Yeah, I mean, the Lions have put out that they're interested in him. He's good. Oh, they would take a quarterback, all this stuff. It's all BS. Let's hope it is. Let's hope it is. I don't – it's not that I don't like Tua's athleticism, and all this other stuff. I do not like the injury. I don't like the way the injury happened.
Right.
I mean, it was just a normal play, and they fell on the guy, and he broke.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but we've had too many freak injuries and freak things happen here. And I don't think that we need something else like that.
Yeah, and former quarterbacks who have been injured, injury prone, basically, like Rodney Peete.
Yeah.
you don't know what's going to go on. And at the same time, you know, it's 2 years with Stafford having an injured back. Hopefully that's all. And it's been different back injuries, I know. But hopefully,
let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
They said, oh, Stafford's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ready, whatever. Do not believe it. I'm telling you, do not believe that crap.
Right.
Why do I say that? Does anybody remember DeAndre Levy?
Oh, yes.
Who said, oh, he's going to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you know, we're going to put him on the physically unable to perform list, but he'll be fine. Give him a couple weeks. He'll be good. No, he's just going to miss training camp. He'll be fine. Oh, well, you know, he's not good this week, but he'll be there next week. Oh, wait, nope, next week. And then he's put on IR.
Right.
Played like, what, one game or something? Dude is on an airplane, right? And then he can't play.
Right.
The whole year. Do not, I'm telling you, do not believe a single word that comes out of this organization's mouth.
Right.
And it's not to be rude or whatever. They're full of misinformation and stuff like that. I think it's because if they're trying to trade somebody, why would you say that he couldn't, you know, he was going to be injured, even though other people are going to check him and have medicals and stuff.
Yeah, they all have physicals and stuff like that. I mean, and we have seen Lions trades, you know, that's been basically nullified due to when they go ahead and take their physical, they don't pass.
Right.
So
I've seen that with the Pistons too. Anyway, whatever. So that's my take on the smokescreen situation that's going on right now. Don't believe anything you hear, because we're just going to watch it play out. It's a beautiful time of year.
Right.
It really is. This is our Super Bowl.
Right. Because we get hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And reality doesn't set in until really preseason sometimes.
Right. The blue Kool-Aid is flowing and the hopium is available to all. Let's put it that way. I just think, I don't think there's enough to fix this team for this year.
Yeah.
Just my personal opinion. So, okay. So let's go to our next topic. Our next topic is we're going to talk about a couple of free agent guys that we could pick up. The Lions have decided to let Graham Glasgow test free agency.
Right.
I hate this idea. I don't understand. You don't really have a left guard. Honestly, Joe Dahl. I mean, okay, maybe he's going to turn into something and become an all-pro, but I don't know, man. I'm not sold on him. You're letting Glasgow walk, so there's nobody there. Wagner's a disaster. I think he's the worst offensive lineman we have right now is Rick Wagner. Right. And I know I dump on the guy, but I'm sorry. I want to cut him and I want to try to get Conklin. That would be my solution. But the Lions seem to have a different solution.
Yeah.
And his name is Joe Thuney.
Yep.
Now, Joe Thuney, offensive lineman, could be a free agent. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him or what. He is a Patriots offensive lineman, so he's perfect, right? He's 6'5", about 308 pounds, somewhere in there.
He's like 27.
He's 27 years old. He was drafted by New England in 2016, so perfect guy coming in. You know, you want to know the good thing about him. Now, actually, I would love to have him.
Right.
He can play all 5 positions.
Oh, yeah.
Both the tackle positions, both guard positions, and center position. So he's very versatile.
Right.
Very versatile. So I will say that. I like that about him. I really do.
Yeah.
But that would replace the hole that's left by them, kicking Graham Glasgow to the curb.
Right.
And so that leads me to my next point. And that was we're going to go back into free agency in a minute. But the next point is this. Just okay is not okay.
No.
What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean, guys. We cut a player.
Right.
And we just have to replace him.
but
we're not building a team when you keep getting rid of talent.
Yeah. And you're not replacing with either the same or better talent, because really a lot of this, we need better talent than what we have had.
It's not, and I agree with you there in a way, but I think it's also, you're not solidifying any position.
No.
One of the people that has solidified a position on this team for quite a few years is Darius Slay. So what do we do with him? Let's try to trade him. That makes perfect sense for this stupid organization. I'm sorry. I am not right now. I'm not a Quinn guy. I'm not a Patricia guy or Quinn Trisha or whatever you want to call them. No. Right. You've had 5 years to rebuild. And now we're back in rebuild mode.
But at the same token, you got to also look at, is it kind of like Mitchell where they know he wants out? If you're going to try to keep him, is he going to be happy here? Is he going to
Why
really
is nobody
perform?
Happy here? That's the point.
I know.
What is going on with like Snacks? He didn't want to be here.
Right.
Played like crap last year. Said he was going to retire, and all of a sudden, oh, they're going to release me? Oh, I don't want to retire now. Now I want to play football.
Right.
What is wrong with Detroit? Is it Patricia?
Is it the front office too?
Oh, it's possible.
I do think that you're right as far as it being Patricia with Slay, because there's, Patricia has did a lot of things, and Quinn, as far as with the trades that we've seen over the few years, or Patricia's couple of years, because he's gotten rid of a lot of the core people. Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we got rid of Glover Quinn, right?
Right.
We got Tracy Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He's good, but he's a replacement. We're not okay. If he's that solidification at that position, cool. That position's solid for years. We should be looking to not get rid of talent, and replace them. We should be looking to solidify another position, Keep doing that.
We're not add
doing
to the talent that we got.
Not just mix up the talent that not just bring in someone else to replace someone else because we got rid of this person. Quandre Diggs. Another example. Who's going to replace him? Will Harris? Now we probably have to go out and get another safety too to replace what we traded that was already decent enough. And I'm not going to say just okay, but you look over this roster, it's just okay.
Right. Yeah. There's
Davis,
none of those.
Linebacker, I'm sorry. He's just okay.
Right.
You point him in the right direction and just let him run and tackle somebody. Most of the time, he might be able to hit somebody. If they're right in front of him, he'll get them.
Right.
But if you try to have him do anything else, cover anybody, God forbid, forget it. And the guy's fast. I don't know what's wrong. I don't get it.
Yeah, and there's something that's been wrong with this organization for years that date back, where people or good people they leave. And then, and even some people that are not as good, at least for us, then when they go ahead and they leave somewhere else, they're a lot better player. Yeah. And vice versa, when they come here, they're not as good. So there's something broken in the organization.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And there's something broken. Well, okay, so they get the left tackle position with Taylor Decker. I'm not sold that he's like a franchise left tackle or anything. Is it just okay? I think it's just okay. I don't think he's great. Ragnow, I really think he has potential at center. But potential in Detroit, we know what that means. We don't know.
Better than average.
better than average, maybe?
Yeah, that's about all it is in Detroit.
I'm not saying we have to have a star at every position. That's not what I mean.
Right.
But you have to solidify these positions. You should be doing that through the draft.
Right.
You shouldn't be sitting there saying, getting a Tease Tabor in the second round.
No.
Right?
Right.
I mean, come on now, guys. That could have been the second round picks. Carry on. I'm going to get into the Kerryon Johnson thing a little later, so I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
Safe to say, I think he's I think he's not great, but he's good. He has a potential to be above average.
Yeah.
He does not have breakaway speed, and he's very injury prone.
Yeah.
So you can say we didn't solidify the running back position because obviously we're still looking.
And there was people that the bad part about it, there was other running backs that may have even been better than him that they went ahead and traded to get him. You know, those are the things that you see, the moves that you make that makes you not trust this organization.
Quintricia, yeah. The thing is, though, they have done some good things when they brought in Justin Coleman and, had to overpay him. And then they brought in Rashawn Melvin. Then they drafted Amari Warriari, however the hell you say his name. I don't know that guy. And for some reason, it's just difficult for me to pronounce. I just call him like a dog or something. I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that's better. I mean, we thought they had solidified the defensive line. Snacks plays lights out for us. We don't expect the huge regression that he had.
Yep.
Flowers was injured. Deshaun Haynes injured for most of the year. Daniels is injured.
Right.
So they brought in people that we thought, oh, wow, they solidified the defensive line. But the next offseason, it's a glaring need again.
Right.
So I think that's been the problem over all this time is when we think they've fixed a problem, it becomes a glaring need again.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and we get rid of talent, so we have to bring in somebody else.
Yeah.
So, we have $50 million or something on $40-some million, 50, I don't know what it is on the cap. And we really won't know until the cap comes out, the real numbers come out in the new CBA. Yeah. And I've heard something on that too. That's something we'll get to as well. But the fact that you just have to keep replacing people, you're not getting better.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'll tell you, the trenches have not gotten better.
No.
On either side of the ball. We have no pass rush whatsoever. We bring in Trey Flowers for pass rush.
Right.
And
of course he was injured.
No blitzing, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Rush 3 and expect him to get there 4 or whatever. So that's a point too. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on and on about this, but just safe to say that I don't think this team is being built. In 5 years, you should have a more complete team via the draft, right?
Right.
Every year is a first-round pick. So we've had 5 first-round picks, right?
Yeah. Right.
5.
Yep.
We should have 5 positions like sewn up. I mean, I think Ragnow's good. I think Hawkinson's good. I don't know. I would have went tight end at that pick. I probably wouldn't have. That wouldn't have been my play, but that's okay. I mean, the guy is decent enough. He could be a star. Could be if we'd actually throw to the guy. 59 targets, I think, last year, something like that.
True.
Terrible.
He had a great first game, and that was basically it. Then he did something stupid, got himself hurt too.
Yeah.
It was like they didn't really use him after that first game.
Right. It seemed like it. I mean, he got a couple catches here and there, but, And then you think you have the running back situation fixed because you have Kerryon Johnson, who you got in the second round. That spot should be solid, right? Nope.
Yeah.
No.
And then you bring in, like last year.
And we traded up to get him, too. That's what really bothers me.
Right. With what team?
New England.
Yeah. So
like New England's farm team or something.
Right. Yeah, I know. Anytime you trade with New England, you don't win.
No.
Belichick is really too smart, and who's ever been doing, their GM has been doing a lot longer than Quinn has.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're looking to fill holes again.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people wanted Chris Jones. I believe he's franchised now. So we won't be able to get him. But my guy that I had been talking about, Javon Hargrave, he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he's going to be a free agent. Hasn't been franchised or anything like that yet.
Right.
He's 6'2", 305 pounds. He's 27 years old, so that's not too old.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nose tackle. Darn good player.
Right.
Darn good player. And, let me review for you real quick. since we were talking about injuries, right? Because injuries devastated this team.
Oh,
and
God,
we love to draft and frickin' pick up people in free agency that have injury-prone people. We love that.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably won't pick up Hargrave because you know how many injuries he's had over his career? None.
Right.
None.
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
Right.
None. Not one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Right.
And so in free agency, we could pick up that. Those two players would really help us, Tooney and Hargrave. Those are two that I want here, to be honest. And I think I am very much in favor of replacing Kerryon Johnson.
Yep.
And so now I'm going to go into a little bit. Remember, I promised you we'd go into Kerryon Johnson, so we're going to do that.
Yep.
And the running back that I would replace him with, if he's available in the second round. And I know we need to build defense, but we had to have a running game here in a long time. And was last 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah.
Was that? Before it was Bush, right? Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
We haven't had a running game at all, hardly.
And with Reggie Bush, it was just one season. That was it.
I'm not saying I don't like Bo Scarborough, but I want to see more of it on a competitive level. So I want to see if Bo's going to be here. I want to see him do very well when we actually need it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Because
when the games count, when it really matters, when the pressure's on, I want to see how he does then. Because we've seen him in, we like to say garbage time about Stafford, which I disagree with, but we do like to say that. And I think, we got a little taste of him last year, but what's he going to be like when the pressure's on? I just want to see it. That's all. I'm not trying to, say he's going to be bad or nothing. I just want to see it.
Now, not to get off topic, but this is a little bit off
please
topic.
Don't.
Okay. Do you think the team is better this year or now or 2 years ago?
What do you mean 2 years? What, Caldwell?
Yeah.
I got to say the results are better. So 9-7, 2 years in a row. We make the playoffs 1 year out of that year.
Right.
You have to say they're better. You have to say that.
That they were better or they're better now? Yeah. Yeah.
You have to say they were better then. Why would you? Why would you even think they were better now?
No, I'm just saying
that makes no sense.
No. But what I'm saying is the reason I brought it in. Do you feel that we're definitely not moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Yeah, I mean,
so we went 9
wins and losses are definitely prove that. So it just kind of proves that Quinn doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
I believe that too.
I mean,
it's just proof is in the pudding. I'm sorry to say, and wins matter.
Right.
There's no moral victories to me. I'm sorry. I mean, some things you can, like the Chiefs game where we lost, but I really thought that built us momentum. Remember?
Right.
I did. I thought we played really, really well. We didn't allow Mahomes any touchdown passes. But what did that get us? 3 wins. 3 wins.
Right.
So Caldwell goes 9-7, has 9 wins. Patricia, he's got 9 wins as well. It only took him 2 seasons.
Right. Yeah.
Come on now.
And if you count it, because really Caldwell in the 2 seasons had 18 wins. So yeah, so he doubled, but he even had even more wins than that. He had one bad season,
but he had the 11-5 season as well.
And the 11-5 season was his first year too.
Yep, that was his first year. Now, I'm not going to say Caldwell would have got us to the Super Bowl. I really don't believe that. I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now. But these people won't make it. They won't get us to the playoffs even.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I got to go back to Kerryon Johnson because we got sidetracked, but I want to go back to this. Sports Injury Predictor. It's a website that shows you players, I think in running back, quarterback, stuff like that. And it just goes through injury history and how risky this player is coming up. So it's predicting injuries, which is hard to do. I mean, come on, injuries happen. It's not, but some people are just more fragile than others. That is the way it is. And once you injure something, there's a chance of re-injury. So they put Kerryon Johnson, obviously, this is not new news here, high risk. Okay. So I'm going to give you this first. His durability is like ridiculously awful. 2016, he had a shoulder injury, non-football. All these are, they say they're non-football. Oh, non-NFL. I don't know why they say that. That's stupid.
But that would be college, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, they only go up to 2018. So 2016, he has 2 injuries. He has a shoulder injury, and then he had surgery following the 2015 season, right? Oh, he underwent surgery following the 2015 season, but was ready for the start of the 2016 campaign. So in 2015, he has a shoulder surgery. 2016 in October. I mean, we start in September.
Right.
You know, September, what I don't know. I think college starts about the same time. He has a pedal ankle sprain, right? So he missed a game with that. That's not too bad. And a pull unspecified. So 2017, he has a hamstring sprain pull unspecified grade 1. He missed 2 games there, right? And he has another shoulder injury, right? But he was able to play in the SEC championship game the following week. So that doesn't really seem too bad. So then he gets a knee strain. He missed the final 6 games of the season in 2018. And of course, last year he missed time again, a significant amount of time. So according to this, it's his chance of injury in 2020 is 62%.
And
62%.
Now, if I was a betting man, I would bet on him, on him being injured, you know.
But here's the thing. I'm not trying to say Kerryon's terrible. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the best ability is availability, and he's not there. Most of the time. And actually, when he was there, he was kind of just okay most of the time. So it says chance of injury per game, 5.9%. This is kind of for fun. Projected missed games is 2.5 for next year, you know. And let's see. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. For most durable, he rates a 1.
Oh, God. And I do remember when they drafted him, you said on this very show, even though it wasn't
YouTube at the time. Yeah.
But you said on this very show that he was injury prone, and we got a comment saying that you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yep.
And
I remember.
And I think you were proven right.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Sadly.
I don't see the thing is I don't want to be right about this stuff. I just look at it, I see what I think, and that's it. You know, I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm right and all this other stuff. But I wanted this team to suck. Absolutely not. I am so passionate about this team, and the reason that I'm angry is because I think that we're being sold a bill of goods by these 2 morons, Patricia and Quinn, and I'm going to say it the way I feel. When you give me 9 wins in 2 years, and the guy that you said wasn't good enough had 9 wins in 1 season,
and he actually his first season sense. First season he had 11 wins. Yeah. He never only got 3.5 wins like Patricia did.
3.5 wins.
Yeah,
I like you put it that way. That's kind of funny. So if Kerryon's not the answer, who do you think is? Me, I'm going with in the second round, Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. I've watched the kid play. I know, honestly, I do realize he has a fumble issue. So I get that. He was injured once, I think, or, you know, something like that. I haven't seen a huge injury, but they really put the ball in his hand. I mean, he had over 2,000 yards last couple of years. We can't even get him back to get 1,000.
Yeah.
If he does half of what he did in Wisconsin. He would beat any running back we have. Isn't that sad?
Mm-hmm.
Half production.
You look at as far as 1,000. The last time we had a 2,000-yard rusher, who was he?
Barry Sanders.
Yeah, the immortal Barry Sanders.
Quick story. I'm going to go back to Jonathan Taylor. I know we get these asides a lot on this show.
Right.
But, okay. So Garth Brooks dressed up. He was in Detroit nearby.
This is good.
He put a jersey on, number 20, Barry Sanders, right?
Yeah.
And it always says Sanders on the back.
Yep.
So some morons believed that he was advocating Bernie Sanders. I think he's a Democrat. I really don't know what he is, to be honest. I don't follow politics. A Democrat. I don't even care.
Was an independent.
Don't care.
Right.
But they thought that he was promoting or endorsing Bernie Sanders. How kind of a moron do you have to be to have a number 20 Sanders and not put those two together?
Right.
I mean, a lot of people don't. I guess they don't follow sports. So I guess they're not complete morons. But so Barry Sanders comes on. This is one of the funniest things I've heard all week. So Barry Sanders comes out and he says, "Yeah, you could be my VP." I thought that was funny. That was really good. So back to Jonathan Taylor. I love the kids. 5'11", 214 pounds. I think he's got the power, the speed. He's hard to tackle. He does not get caught from behind very often. Right. He does, but not very often. Once he's in the clear, he's got some breakaway speed. He really does. Kerryon Johnson does not.
Right. We've seen it one time last year. We've seen it one time in 2 years.
I knew all I needed to know when I watched some highlights of him.
I know.
And remember when we watched that film? I don't want to say watch film. We watched highlights. Okay, come on now.
Right.
We're laymen kind of.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, in 2 years when he was on the Lions, the 2 years that he's played, we've seen that breakaway speed one time. And I think shortly after we've seen it, he got injured.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, whatever. I don't want to continue to disagree, but he had a run in Miami when we beat the Dolphins, and he ran down to their 20-yard line. Now, if he had Taylor's speed, he'd been gone.
Right.
He got caught from behind. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to break an 80-yard run or something like that. And I think teams know that he's not that big of a threat to do that stuff. Now that doesn't necessarily mean he wouldn't be a good back. He does pick up yardage. Okay. He does pick up. He was doing what, 4 or 5 yards a carry average at one point. So he was doing great for a while until he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I don't see the breakaway speed, and I never did. I'm just being honest with you. I never did. I never seen that. He does have a burst. You know what I mean?
And I know,
and I did see that once,
right? Yeah,
but it's like you said, and people are gonna get mad, they're gonna get upset, and they're gonna, whatever. They're gonna say, well, you know what? No, he's got this. No, he's not this. This kid is fast, but he's also a guy that I think is strong too. I mean, he breaks tackles, he runs over people, got pretty good vision, I think. I love the kid. Everybody wants J.K. Dobbins, and that's okay. He's just okay.
Right.
This kid's good. This kid's really, really good. And I think he has potential to be a star.
Right.
But in our system, he doesn't have to be the star. But I want that threat. I want the threat of he can break it. Like Javid Best gave us that threat. Like Reggie Bush gave us that threat. When Javid Best was on and we had that team then, we won 5 games in a row until he got injured.
Right.
But again, couldn't stay healthy.
Yep,
but anyway, so that's what I have my thoughts on the Kerryon Johnson situation. People said, oh, let's trade him and all this. I don't know that. He's a serviceable running back when he's healthy.
Yeah.
And he has flashes of being pretty darn good. But I don't think he's great, number one. And I never did. And I hate being down on a guy because, he he does show flashes, but I don't think he's ever going to be what everybody wanted him to be. I just don't think so. If I had my choice, this is what I would do. I would probably take Derek Brown.
Yeah.
Or Isaiah Simmons. It's one of those two. In the second round, I think Jonathan Taylor. I know we have needs.
Right.
We're going to start building positions.
Right.
This is not a one-year build. This is not win now. I don't believe in that at all right now. Okay.
Right.
I'm just letting you know that I don't think this is a one-year fix. I don't.
Right.
Do I think we're close? We were close in a lot of games, but I don't think we ever really had that thing where, I know we're going to win this game.
Right.
I never felt that way.
You're not, and you're not seeing the moves for them to do that 1 year build. The signing of all these different players, in free agency or in the, or also helping with the draft. That's going to bring it. You see more of like a slow build. It's what they seem to be doing. And actually, even
it's not a build at all.
Retain. It's just trying to retain or replace. Right.
How do you consider something being built?
Right.
When you had 9-7, you go to 6-10, and then you go 3-12-1.
Right.
We're not building anything. We're regressing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Quinn's had 5 years.
Right. He has
to build a team.
Yep. And I know I said
think
this
he's
last
destroyed
week.
the team.
Yeah. I know I said this last week, but it was said that he knew who he wanted, so he should have, as far as for coach. Basically, we thought that, and everybody knew kind of that Jim Caldwell was kind of like a lame duck. They gave him that one season, but this was his man. So, Quinn should have been building from him from when he really made that decision, not when he told us. And the excuse that he used, because to me, what he said about Jim Caldwell was the excuse to get rid of him and bring his guy in.
I agree, 100%. Do I think that Caldwell was the guy to take us to the Super Bowl? No, I don't.
Right.
I'm still going to say it. I don't believe that.
Right.
But
I agree.
If we had anybody competent to build a team,
right.
This is all on Quinn to me.
Yeah,
I don't even think it. I mean, Patricia treats the players like crap. That's what we've heard over and over and over. Actually,
right. He's like the old drill sergeant type.
And you know what? Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you need discipline in a team.
Yeah.
But we're not great at the draft, and you have to be, because you got 7 to anywhere from 6 to maybe even 10 players a year that you bring into this team. You should at least hit on 4 or 5.
Right. And when
you
normal
should be building like that, but we're not.
When normal everyday guys go ahead and can pick who they want better than actually the people that's drafting them.
Oh, that's been for years. Mike Williams, Terry Fair.
It's like
over Randy Moss. I'm serious. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And we
Eric
can see
Ebron. Okay, here we go. Eric Ebron, right? Over Aaron Donald.
Right.
Seriously? Come on, guys. It doesn't take a rocket science. Oh, maybe it does. Anyway.
Rocket scientist. The rocket sciences didn't really do that well.
No, so far it hasn't
as
worked.
Far as 9 wins within 2 seasons, that rocket science, he better go back to wherever it came from, as far as from school, because he's not the man that's going to bring him.
Right. I agree with that. Let's talk a little bit. I was going to bring this up about the salary cap. Now, the new CBA, the rumor is that if the new CBA gets approved, salary cap's like $2 million something right now, that it could increase to 200 million, something like that. Right. Could increase to 300 million. There could be a significant increase in the cap.
Wow.
Whoever's running our cap is the best guy we've ever had. Okay. I will say that. We always have money to spend. We're paying Stafford, $25 million a year or some crap? And we still have like $50 million.
Right.
That's because we got rid of everybody, but so we got to replace all those guys. So that'll take up most of it. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying they backloaded those contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the salary cap goes up, like we're kind of expecting it to go up,
right?
Even on the backloaded deals, it'll look like a deal for us.
Right.
So it was really smart how those contracts were structured. If that's Quinn, that's the one thing I say he does well.
Right. Now,
the only thing right now that I think he does well at.
Now, I have heard talk about there being like a different salary cap for like signing players like Mahone and your
I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, there was a talk where they wanted, where some people were pushing that you go ahead and get a separate salary cap for these quarterbacks. That's going to take so much money to sign that won't count against your regular salary cap.
Okay, so you're talking. Well, okay, I have never heard of that before, but that's cool. I mean, I just haven't heard of it.
It has not been approved and stuff like that, or anything. I mean, that's kind of controversial.
I know in basketball they have a thing called the bird rights, and you can save money on those players that are your own players and stuff like that. I don't know how it all works out as much. I'm not as much into that as I have been, but I'm not as much into that as I am football right now. But I have never heard of that. I have heard that they want to go to a 17-game season, and I've also heard one extra playoff spot, which I think would benefit the Lions. I think it would water it down. Of course, we talked about that last week. But I think the Lions can improve, but I don't think this team is being built correctly.
Right.
You got to hit in the draft. You have your first round and second round picks should be starters.
Right.
Or second round picks we've had a problem with.
Yeah, we have. I mean, and these picks have been off the radar picks too.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say Jelani Tavai was bad. We talked about this last week too, but I don't think he's going to be great.
Right.
I mean, he could be. I'm not going to say he couldn't be. That kid has instincts. I think he does. I think he does have parts of his game that I like.
Right.
He's not fast, but yet he seems to be in position all the time, and they said that about Spielman. I'm not comparing him to Spielman. Please don't get me wrong. It's not what I mean. I just mean he is in the position to make plays quite a bit. Although he's a rookie, he made mistakes, of course.
Right.
But I don't know what we're doing linebacking wise. Christian Jones is good, I guess. I'm not thrilled, but he does seem to make plays.
Right.
Our secondary, I'm not sold on everybody we got, but if every player would take a step forward instead of always taking a frickin' step back.
Yeah. And that's what we see too much here.
We could have something here with a good draft this year, pretty decent free agency. I think it'd take at least 2-3 years. We got to start solidifying spots. So center position, right? We don't need a center. We got our center. Right?
Right.
How many spots can you say that that's the truth? Tight end, maybe?
Right. Yeah, tight end. And, of course, quarterback.
Quarterback's iffy, too, because Stafford's getting up in age, and he's had back injuries now.
Right.
So all I'm saying is that you've got to start solidifying positions to where you don't have so many needs every year.
Yeah.
You do.
No.
So you take a Marawari. God, I can't say that guy's name. I don't care how much I've heard it. I still can't say it. But he showed us something in the last part of last year.
Right.
But again, I don't want to say garbage time, but I'm just saying, I want to see what happens when the pressure's on.
Right.
These players, not to say they weren't playing for anything, but what did they have to play for?
Right. That's true.
Pressure's not really on them as much. Yeah. They're not going to Green Bay to go and we've got going into Green Bay for a division title.
Right. Yeah.
They're playing out a losing season.
Yeah.
So I want to see them do what they did in that different situation. I think that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just my thought. But I mean, okay, so you draft Galladay. That's a position that's solidified. Now we have to re-sign him out. He's coming up, so we have to extend him. That's going to take money. Right? You had Glasgow.
Right.
I honestly didn't think he was the best. I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was great. I didn't.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you have to have a Pro Bowler at every position. I realize you're not going to do that, but you have to have spots.
Right.
And I believe up the middle, offense and defense. So it's like, you want to get your quarterback right, your running back right, and your center right. Those three right there, important positions. Solidify that. Left tackle.
Right. And you can't be trying to do that with injured players like they've been doing.
Exactly. You're not getting a bargain. This guy's not going to be on the field. Right. Ezekiel Hans is another one that hurt us that way. But so if you got Trey Flowers for 5 years, right? You solidified one edge rusher.
Right.
But edge rusher is still a need because we're not getting pressure to the quarterback. So we haven't solidified that position. See where I'm going.
Right.
Like you got if you got Isaiah Simmons, that helps the linebacking core tremendously.
Right.
Or a safety position solidified.
Right, true.
Something like that. Somebody to cover the tight ends, basically what he could do. And then edge rush, I mean, he could do a lot. If you get a Derek Brown, your nose tackle could be solidified for years.
And that guy's a beast too.
He is.
When you get hit, when they get hit by him, they know it.
They know it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. So defensive tackle, okay, that could be set. Right. And your edge one could be set.
Yeah.
Then if you look at corner, right? That's not set because now Slay's going to get the heck out of here. Now who do you have? You're going to have to get somebody in free agency. And the other problem with this team is they think everybody's going to come here and want to be here.
Right.
So when they get rid of people, we'll just replace them in free agency or the draft. They don't.
Yeah. And then they got to go ahead and pay higher to get some of those people here. And then some of those people come and then they don't really give it their all.
I don't know.
And it isn't like they got good examples to lead them either.
But is there hope? I believe so. I do. I think if you continue to draft well.
Right.
And you just replace, like you said, just position by position. Let's get solid. Okay. Let's get a Derek Brown. Let's get an Isaiah Simmons. Let's go get Jonathan Taylor. Let's solidify a position.
Right. Yeah.
Which I think those players might, you have to hit on number 3.
Yeah.
If you trade down, you've got an extra pick. You could go get somebody else. You can get people in free agency, but in free agency, there's a reason they're free agents in some cases.
Yeah.
Or they're just so dang expensive that it hinders your salary cap. So you have to play this game, like that. You have to solidify position by position by position. And I'm not saying you have to have a star at every position, but when you draft, you have to expect these guys to start.
Yeah. Yep.
Not like Tease Tabor, just horrible draft pick. Just horrible. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew he wasn't fast enough. Yeah. Everybody knew it. And they took him anyway.
Yeah. Right.
This is the chronic illness of the Detroit Lions front offices.
Yeah.
They think they're smarter than everyone else around them. And they're not.
No.
Everybody expects me to do this. Well, guess what? I'm smarter than all them.
Yep. Well, I remember I thought they seen something carry on that we couldn't see. Obviously, they didn't see anything otherwise. Maybe they were taking the hopium or something when they drafted him.
I honestly, I don't know what they're thinking some of the times. Although they hit on Deshaun Hand. I like the kid, but he can't stay healthy right now.
Right.
Austin Bryant, we don't even know what we have in him right now. We don't.
Right. True.
Kennard picking up Kennard and Aquara from the Giants. Pretty good moves, both of them.
Yeah.
You know, but we're just an average team, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually believe we're below average at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Depending on what we do this year in free agency and the draft, we could go back to average.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what everybody wants, 7-9 would be even better than what we've done. That's terrible. But folks, I think there's hope. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's the firing of Patricia and Quinn.
Yeah. And it's really, really sad that Martha went ahead and gave them the ultimatum that they did when they were brought in to be better than what the ultimatum is.
That's true too.
Be playoff contenders when you were playoff contenders.
Right. So the mandate is, could you please be as good as the last guy? That's what we're asking.
And we've been promised, the fans have been promised that they're going to get winners in here and stuff like that. So it's just too big of a setback that we've seen over the couple of years. That's why I think they should have got rid of him. I mean, hopefully they can prove us wrong. Hopefully they come. We have heard, where teams have lost their, where coaches have lost their first 2 seasons and, eventually win the Super Bowl. But I don't see that happening here because it doesn't. They don't seem to be.
We're not San Francisco.
Building.
I don't.
No, we're not. Right.
Could be. I'm not going to say if everybody took a step forward, they hit on a lot of the draft picks, and some of them could start, and they hit on every free agent.
Yeah,
it's possible. There's a lot of holes on this team. A lot of holes, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, we're going to have to wrap this up. We've been going, I don't know, maybe an hour or something like that.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long one.
It's been a long one. Sorry about that. We're long-winded. Yep. I want to give a shout out to J-Mo and Detroit Drew and Luke G. Please subscribe to their channels. They've got awesome content. There's other people, Micro Mike. He's got awesome content. I also like those of Dion or Dion. I don't know how he pronounces his name, but I watch him every once in a while too. Actually, I watch him a lot. He puts out a lot of stuff.
Right.
He's kind of funny too. So I say go ahead and subscribe. We've got Everything King. Shout out to you. I like your stuff. I understand you as a frustrated Pistons fan, man. Totally get it, man. All of our teams suck. It's a horrible time to be a Detroit fan, but we're doing the best we can, buddy. We're doing the best we can to put out content that people might enjoy or get an insight from. And that's all we're trying to do here. This is our time of the year to be excited and have the hopium out and the blue Kool-Aid flowing and,
before reality sets.
Before reality sets.
When we see what's going on,
So big shout out to the DSA, which is the Detroit Sports Authority. I'm going to want to get some of you guys links so that I can put them in the description as well. So I'll be talking to Micro Mike, Luke G, some of those people to get to have that happen so that we can support them too, just like they support us. And we appreciate it. We're one pride. We're a community. And I totally agree with that. We may not agree on every little topic or whatever, but it's because we're passionate about the Lions and what we do and our content that we put out. And we take some time to put into it. And you know what? These guys, they work hard at what they do. And we're just trying to support the people that are supporting our team.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd ask you to subscribe to all the people that I mentioned. If you can't find them, hopefully I can find the links and stuff like that and put them below. I'm going to try to do that for you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the criticism too. I don't mind. Got some pretty thick skin, so does Tim. Has to.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Oh, yeah. When you're a Lions fan, you got to.
You've been through 0-16.
Oh, yeah.
You've had Barry Sanders who couldn't get to the Super Bowl, Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford, and still can't get to the Super Bowl. Come on.
And you had systems that have gotten you close to the Super Bowl, and then they just freaking throw it away.
Just to let everybody know, Tim is a big run-and-shoot guy.
No, I was
run and shoot guy.
Right. Well,
Huge.
I'm just saying,
and a big Stafford
that
hater
was
too. I'm just messing with you, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a fun show, though. It
Mhm.
really has. I mean, we had a good time, and we do joke back and forth. It is only joking, dude.
Right.
It really is. So, all right. Tim, take us home, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well, remember, Lions, one pride. Go Lions. Lions on the proud. Stand together.
That's right. All right. Everybody have a good time. We'll hopefully come back with some more content. If something's breaking, we'll get on it, and then we'll see you then.